Moadim L'Simcha and Chag Sameach. Tonight is the beginning of the seventh day of Passover, which is also the day which is considered to be the time when the splitting of the sea, the miracle of splitting of the sea, happens, and at the end of that miracle, we have the public singing of the Song of the Sea, Shirat Hayam. So, Shirat Hayam is a song of jubilation. Obviously, we refer to it we quote from it every day in daily prayers in the Amidah. Mi kamocha b'Elohim Adonai, etc. It's a song of praise and gratitude for having been saved and rescued from slavery. But I want to share with you a really sweet and I think profound commentary by the Slonimer here in Netivot Shalom on the deeper meaning of the Song of the Sea. And I want to give the ending at the beginning and to say that song in general, Shirah in general, Kabbalistically is considered a higher state of consciousness. And the transition into that state, the actual singing, and if you're a musician, you can appreciate this. I think musicians are kind of like naturally spiritual. So this is something that we know intuitively. For many of us, I'm thinking right now particularly of one friend who had in a concert, an outdoor concert, had an out-of-body experience. You know, there was something about the movie that transformed her literally into a higher state. And let's see how the Slonimer discusses this higher state based on some of the sources. I think it's really a sweet piece of Torah. I also want to say before we jump in that this is my seventh day of recording a daily teaching. This is a new endeavor for me. So, I invite a Mazel Tov for that. I'm very excited. And I would love to hear in the comments below. This is also published on YouTube every day. So if you go to YouTube and you comment on YouTube, or if you want to communicate through Facebook, would love to hear your ideas of where this can go. What topics would you like me to cover? I would like this to be, moving forward, a daily virtual classroom where we can look for the deeper meanings of everything and anything. We can start from Judaism 101, kind of like the video channel of the Jewish video channel of Y, like the book of Y. It's a great book. I recommend it. To the spiritual teachings from Sefer Yetzirah and Zohar and Lurianic Kabbalah, and especially through the Hasidic lens, which is my, where I swim most comfortably. So would love to hear from you on that. Let's together create this classroom, virtual classroom, on finding and creating the deepest, more relevant, most juicy, most inspiring meanings that come from the Jewish Hebrew tradition. So, that said, let's jump right in. Az yashir Moshe uvnei Israel. This is a quote from, this is basically the beginning of Shirat Hayam, of the Song of Songs, which is, by the way, tomorrow in synagogues around the world is going to be part of the Torah reading. This is part of the observances of the seventh day of Passover. Ita b'midrash, Shmot Rabbah, it says in the Midrash in Exodus Rabbah chapter 23, verse 4. מיום שברא הקדוש ברוך הוא את העולם ועד שעמדו ישראל על הים, from the day that God created the world till the moment that they stood on the bank of the sea, and we're talking about the bank on the other side of the sea after they have crossed, לא מצינו אדם שאמר שירה לקדוש ברוך הוא אלא ישראל. We have not found in the sources a person who has said song, and it literally, he says Amar Shira, and that is common, but I want to say who sang a song to the Holy One, blessed be, but Israel. The Midrash is pointing out that we have, up till this point, we have not read in the Torah about any public singing to praise the Holy One, blessed be, until this moment. Bara Adam Rishon v'lo amar shira. God created the first human being, or first human beings, Adam and Eve, and there was no public singing of praise. Who would have sang? You know, there are two of them, but still, two can still sing. Hitzil Avraham mikivshana esh umin hamlachim v'lo amar shira. God saved Abraham, this is from another midrash, from the burning oven or crematorium, you can say, and also saved Abraham from the kings, the 5 kings that he was warring against. 2 victories, no public singing of praise to the Holy One. And so was Isaac saved from the binding and the slaughtering, right? That's noteworthy. It would have deserved some song. That did not happen. And then Jacob was saved from several times. Jacob was saved from the angel who wrestled with him, from his brother Esau could have killed him, and from the people of Shechem. But when the people of Israel came across the Red Sea and were saved from slavery, they together, as a community, as a entire people, have opened their mouths and their hearts in song for the Holy One, blessed be. לפני הקדוש ברוך הוא. אמר הקדוש ברוך הוא לאלו הייתי מצפה. And the Holy One, blessed be, according to the Midrash, said, I have been waiting for this moment. I've been waiting for this song. יש להתבונן בגודל עניין השירה, שהקדוש ברוך הוא אומר עליו, לזה אני מצפה. So the Solomon is saying, we have to look at what is it about song that is so great or so profound, I would submit, שהקדוש ברוך הוא אומר עליו, לזה אני מצפה, that the Holy One, blessed be, responds to that by saying, I've been waiting for this moment. Why is God so excited about a song? Sacrifice, we understand. Doing good deeds, we understand. But a song, does God really need a song? You can see where the Slonimer is going. He's hinting to us there's something deeply profound about a song that moves God's heart, as it were, to declare this moment as a moment that God has been anticipating. חז"ל העמידוה ברום המדרגות עד שאמרו כל האומר שירה בכל יום זוכה ואומרה לעולם הבא. And this is a quote from the Talmud that says the sages considered Shirat Hayam, the Song of the Sea, on such a high level spiritually that they say that anyone who says the Song of the Sea every day merits to say it in the world to come. And I want to really understand this in a more nuanced and deeper level. What are the sages saying? They're suggesting that if you say the song as a mantra, if you condition your mind, if this becomes a habitual spiritual space in which you will kind of marinate your soul, it's something that you will take with you. It's a state of being, a spiritual state of being that you will take with you to the next life. In other words, this is one of those ways. What is spiritual work all about? We're building something here that will sustain us, that will be sort of the preparation for what comes after we deposit our body back in the earth. What does the soul have? What does it retain? It retains the muscle, the competency, the structure that we build through spiritual effort and spiritual practice. And here the sages in the Talmud say, well, one of those mantras, one of those techniques of building up spiritual core, spiritual backbone, is reciting the Song of the Sea. דהיינו שזאת היא הדרך להגיע למדרגת עולם הבא שהיא תכלית עבודת השם. I jumped the gun a little bit. So says the Slonimer. So this means that this is a method to come to the rung, to the level of called Olam Haba, the world to come, which is the purpose of all divine service. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because the Slonimer will bring a contradicting midrash. We'll jump into this in a moment, and ask the question, how come the midrash is saying one thing and the opposite? Here's a second midrash. והנה אמרו חז"ל במחילתא 10 שירות הן. הראשונה שנאמרה במצרים. And here, in another midrash, the sages teach that there are actually 10 different songs. And the first one was said in Egypt. We just read the midrash that says that there is actually only one song. There are no songs until the crossing of the sea. But here another midrash said no. There are 10 songs, and the first one was said before the crossing of the sea. It was said in Egypt. In a moment, you'll see that it actually said on the night. This is a week ago, the night of Passover, when they are sitting and roasting the lamb and waiting for the marching orders to leave Egypt and head towards the wilderness. And we learn this from a quote in Isaiah, Hashir yeh lachem kelei litkadesh chag v'chulei. The song is going to be to you like the evening of the beginning of the holiday. Now, let's be mindful that that song is not written in the Torah, but we deduce that from a source in Isaiah. So the prophet is talking back about an event that had happened before his time, and he's referring to a song that people sang on that night. And then the second of those 10 songs was the Song of the Sea, which happened right after the crossing. So the Slonimer asked, well, how do you reconcile those two accounts? Is the Song of the Sea so special and so amazing? Or is it actually the second of 10? And therefore maybe it's, not so the highest of the high, etc. ויש לומר, דשירה זו של ישראל בליל יציאת מצרים לא הייתה שירה בפה, אלא שירה פנימית של הנשמה. And here's how he resolves it. So therefore we can conclude that this song that's referred to in Isaiah, that was sang on the night of leaving Egypt, was not an external song that was sang out loud, bapeh. It did not leave the mouth. Ela shira pnimit shel neshama. This was an internal song within the soul. Neshamot Israel amu az shira. It were the souls of Israel that were, again, amru shira. It's a strange Hebrew term. They said song, but I want to translate as they sang songs. שירת הנשמה שעלתה מכל המציאות הנשגבה של יציאת מצרים ואכילת קורבן פסח, מכל משמעותה עולה שירה פנימית לאדוני. This was a song of the soul that extended from this awesome, mind-boggling, transformative moment, this transformative reality of sitting there with their stuff packed, eating from the Passover, the Paschal lamb, the Passover sacrifice they had slaughtered that night, and the whole episode of actually leaving Egypt. I don't know if you've ever sat at let's say at an airport, waiting for a flight to something, to a dream come true. Or you're sitting at the train station and you're going to, I don't know, to receive your Nobel Prize, or to maybe to your graduation, or to something you may have worked for and dreamed about and anticipated. And here's the moment where you're about to head out to meeting this new paradigm, new freedom, new accomplishment, new acknowledgement. And there's a state of animated suspension, right? And something in you wants to sing, but you're not really singing outwardly. There's something inside the singing. And that is the song that happens on the night of the Passover Seder. That's the night of before leaving. Aha. So we have the song that's said out loud, but we have the song that predates it, premeditates it, which is the song that's building up and singing within. What a beautiful teaching. Song not as sound, not necessarily as music, but song as a state of mind, of an elevated state of mind, of a spiritually transformed, a transcendent song as a place where something comes together into a wholeness, into a shalom. So let's conclude here with the Slonimer's teaching about this state. And here we can therefore conclude that the attainment of the state of song, shira, and let me refer to this now as shira, to indicate not song as la 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 singing, but song as state. So I'll call this shira. So the attainment of the level of shira is when a person is joyful, glad and joyful. עם השם יתברך הוא מרגיש איך שכל הנהגת הבורא היא כולה חטיבה אחת של חסד ורחמים. With the Holy One, blessed be, and the person feels that all of reality, all of Hanagat HaBoreh, all of the ways of the Creator is actually one unit that is all established upon loving kindness and compassion. Wow. What a lens on reality. Let me say this one more time. And here the attainment of the state of Shira is when a Yehudi, when a Jew, and I want to expand that to when a person, any person for that matter can be a Jew, or any person for that matter can can ascend to the level of Shira, is in a space of gladness and joy and approval with the Holy One, blessed be, and he feels that all the ways of the world are one integrated whole of loving kindness and compassion. So I just want to leave us with the consideration of song and music and singing and the expression of of one's interior outwardly at the recognition of awesome events that happen to our people. Obviously, Shirat Hayam is the mythic, grand moment of transition from slavery into actually peoplehood, right? This leads 2.5 months later, they will be at the foot of the Mount Sinai, and they will receive the Torah. This is the beginning of the journey into peoplehood, going from having been a large extended family, 12 tribes, who were really not organized in any kind of meaningful way as they were slaves. Now they become masters of their own destiny. They go into the wilderness. Can you imagine the opportunity, the possibility that's in front of them? And they go into the actual singing of praise and jubilation, but that is preceded with the inner spiritual shifting of the song of the soul, of the disorientation or reorientation that takes them to a higher state of consciousness. Beautiful. Chazal remind us, the sages, that the practice of that, repeating that song daily, is a mantra that takes one into the ability to cultivate that for oneself. May we so be blessed. And with that, I think I'd like to leave us today. Again, please comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love to continue this conversation. My commitment, as I said when we started, is to offer this space for all of us to share in as a virtual classroom, to probe the deeper meanings, the most relevant, most spiritual, most inspiring, and most life-giving teachings of our tradition in this space. I'd love to hear what you're interested in. What kind of topics? What books? Would you like to study Kabbalah? Would you like to study Judaism 101? Would you like to study, Mishnah, Talmud, Parshat HaShavua? Do you have particular questions? Ethical, moral, philosophical, spiritual? All of that will, I believe, take us together through our own journeys in the wilderness towards the promised land, which is, that higher state that is there in potential for us. I'm Rabbi Reuven Modik. I'm with Makom Halev Community and Hebrew Learning Circles here in Nyack, New York. If you're not from the New York area, this is right outside of New York City. And offering you this space for learning every day. Please check us out on makom-halev.org or HebrewLearningCircles.org. Comment below, like, and subscribe to the channel. We are going to be broadcasting both on Facebook and on YouTube. It's been a privilege to share the teaching with you today and spend the time with you. For now, goodbye. May your day be a blessing.